there. Welcome to the Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha. We are your hosts, Denise
and Rexy, and we are recording with special support from Council Member Mark Collier.
And we're broadcasting from our galaxy to yours.
May the Force be with you.
Always. What's up, Herd?
Hey there.
Talking Andor.
I feel weird smiling like this. Like my smile started real happy and then it went like dang.
Of course. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
We are about this episode.
We are talking about episodes 10, 11, 12. The finale, the final 3 episodes.
Alert.
And they are
spoilers
called,
ahead.
Make It Stop. Who Else Knows? And Jada, Kyber, Girsa.
So, if you guys have not watched Andor up to this point and through it, if you guys have not finished Andor, please go back and do that. Season 2. And if you haven't watched 1, you're going to at least want to watch a recap.
And there's also spoilers for Rogue One. They all die.
Yep. Spoilers for Rogue One. Everybody dies. If you haven't seen it by now, go see it.
This literally leads up to it because we're going to talk about some of the
tie-ins. Spoilers. If you guys have not caught up, go catch up and then come hang out with us. I mean, unless you don't care about spoilers, but also a lot of it probably won't make sense if you haven't seen it. So let's go do that and then come back so that we all know what we're talking about.
Cool.
And maybe come back with a box of tissues.
You know,
and a stuffy, and a blanket.
I did not cry as much on these 3 episodes as
I
did the prior 3 with the massacre and Cyril. Those episodes really got me, and the speech that Mom gave last week, I was in tears with that one too. It
was so good.
These 3 episodes, I didn't cry as much.
Yeah.
I was still emotional, but it didn't hit me as hard. But I love Cyril.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And he was my dude.
This is so good. What is this?
Okay, so it is a 7 brew pink paradise. And it is cherry, watermelon, and strawberry. No, raspberry.
Freaking amazing.
I know.
Oh
it's
my
gosh,
favorite. Thank you. This, so far, I think is my favorite that you have brought me. That purple one that you brought me for
Nightshade.
The Nightshade was also really good, but this one,
it's
definitely
fun,
the winner.
Fruity, summer's coming, it works.
Mm-hmm.
The Nightshade, I feel like, is a little bit more wintry months.
Yeah.
So we gotta mix it up.
Yep.
But yeah, so first episode, which was episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
Which was
Make It Stop.
Clea
and
Luthen based. And I love the backstory that we got with how the two of them,
how
they met, and how she essentially grew up with him.
Yeah, I mean, he was basically her father.
When it was convenient.
He saved her when it was convenient.
When it worked for them.
Selma, your daughter, when it's convenient. But I mean, he took care of her. He saved her. He trained her. He taught her. He was basically her father.
Yeah.
And he saved her when he really shouldn't have, and it would have gotten him some serious trouble had he been found out. And I really like that we got that backstory. I've been wondering how they connected.
Yeah.
But I never knew if it was going to be like a big enough deal that they would tell us. As it turns out, it was a pretty big freaking deal.
I also want to know more, though. I think it definitely shows, so that whole backstory, they were on a planet, there was obviously something going on. We don't know who or what side they were on, Luthen and Clea. But you could tell there was some sort of resistance. Maybe it was the Empire, because she could have grown up with the Empire doing this.
Could have been.
And that could have fueled this, almost hatred. It was. And you could see from the very beginning, she saw, remember the guy get, the group get executed?
Oh, yeah.
And then she wanted to blow him up on the bridge. I think that planet looked like Naboo. With the buildings in the background.
Yes.
They didn't identify any of the planets, but it looked like Naboo.
I think that you're right. I think that the one where he like had the explosive and he was gonna let her do it.
Yeah.
Until he like realized she was gonna do
it.
it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I got this.
Nope.
I'll take the blood on my hands for this one. Thanks. You're still a child."
Yeah.
But it is very. It's interesting. Okay, we skipped over this, but I want to go all the way back, to Luthen when we first see him sitting down. He's drinking from a flask.
Yeah.
And he's sitting down inside the ship, right? And they're calling for him. His squad is calling for him outside. And they're fighting. And you can tell, like, context clues at least tells me, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am, that Luthen is on the bad guy's side. So there are people out there, they are like, hey, he wants us in the air. He wants us to strafe this ridge. Anything moves, shoot it. If anything moves, kill it. Like, nothing survives. The guy walks in, and he's like, Sergeant, calling for him. And Luthen stands up, and he's like, I was just, I'm recalculating. He was like, well, he wants us up in the air. He wants us to strafe that ridge. And he was like, what can I do? It's resetting. So he deliberately grounded the plane. Yeah. And I think, I'm like probably 95% certain, he was fighting for the bad guys. And in the middle of this, he was like, make it stop. Like,
especially after,
how do I make it stop?
After he saw her, because there was a time
he was like, oh my God, this is what we're doing. Like,
and he
this
told her
is
to
who
hide,
we're.
And it's like,
yeah. And so I think that was his switch. I think he was fighting on the side of the bad, and he realized what it was and who they were destroying, what it meant. Like, these were children. And he flipped then, took Clea, reset the ship so that he wasn't able to get up and help fire on all of these citizens of this planet. He took Clea and they bounced. They vanished, changed their identities, changed their looks. He started training her, and he never looked back. And it was from then on he started building this rebellion. And Luthen is like the foundation of the rebellion. He found these pieces and he started being like, hey, look what's happening over here. We can have something happening over here too. He started laying all the groundwork. He laid all the communication. He made all of these introductions. The rebellion wouldn't have ever gotten to where it was in the way that it did without Luthen. And I think that is what made that switch for him, is that meltdown he had in the ship.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm going back to books that I've read and stuff. Just trying to think of the continuity of. I do 100% think Luthen is a very integral part. I think the rebellion still would have formed in one way or another without him, though.
Yeah. Because
of especially what we know with Mon and Bale and their secret alliance and bases that they were already building. But I do think that Luthen is the one that catapulted them with financing and getting the resources that they needed to get to where they were.
Because with his shop, he was able to deal in all these high dollar antiquities
and get them to places that they may not have been able to get to before because of going and picking up the different things. Okay. It opened up a lot of resources, and he knew the people. He was more of the ground guy, getting to know what's going on that
He's the face.
Level.
He's the distractor. I think we
that
talked
level,
about this before,
that level. Whereas Bale and Mon, they couldn't. They were in the Senate. They're very high profile.
Everybody's watching them, studying every move they make, right?
But it just shows that Luthen, that there's so many different levels to this organization that it's not just here's your leader Mon by the time we get to A New Hope, and here are all your X-Wing pilots. No, there are several different people who play a part of this.
And this is just one piece that we get to see over here.
Yeah.
We have been saying this for years at this point, but this shows us another side that we never got to see. It expands. I need to come back to the microphone. It expands the story that we know and gives us more information.
And it's also. But what people don't realize, too, if you read the books more, it sucks that Luthen didn't make it, but I think it helped them talking about finding creative ways to get money. Because when I'm reading the books and from some of the research that I've gone, they would use criminal syndicates to help fund. Remember Kira? They met up with Kira during the rebellion,
right.
and she helped them with stuff, and she was the Crimson Dawn.
It makes sense that she wouldn't be the only one, right?
Even Holdo talks about doing some of this underground stuff to help them get things. Like they were a small rebellion compared to this grand empire. They had to learn and adapt, and I think that a lot of the ways that they learned to adapt was from Luthen.
Yeah.
And Vel saw it, Mon saw it, Clea, I still think she was a part of it. Obviously, we never see her because this is a whole new character base, and you can't go back into previous stuff. But Clea, she could continue that work for them. Mm-hmm. For all we know, she could have been the new point of contact for all this stuff.
It stands to reason. She's so smart, and she already knew how to do all of this, and she already had all of these connections. So all she had to do would have been to reestablish the lines of communication, and that wouldn't have been difficult for this budding rebellion at this point. It's not a forming rebellion. Like, it's formed. Now they're fleshing out the skeleton. Like, the skeleton is here. Now we're fleshing it out, right? Like, you just start to notice by this point, like, oh, there's uniforms on some of these guys. Like, not everybody, which I liked, because it wasn't just all of a sudden everybody is perfectly,
They got ships, they got squadrons, like they have chain
comms,
of command now.
Outfitting, the chain of command is huge, and it's still new enough though that it is being bucked. Like Cassian especially, because he is so independent.
He's such a rogue.
Yeah.
Rogue one.
He hates it and he bristles against that constantly. And because of that, he's always getting in trouble, but he's always doing it for a really good reason.
Yeah, I don't think he would just do it to do it.
No.
He has to have a reason to do something.
But he's like, I'm not going to let the chain of command tell me I can't go save a friend. I'm not going to go save Luthen, who is in danger, if I think I can save him.
Started all of
Sorry,
this.
you hold on a minute. I'll be back.
Luthen was a point of contact for a lot of people meeting.
Right.
I think
you're right. It would have formed eventually without him, but not in the way that it did. I think he, at the point, was very, very, foundational.
Yes. It was also interesting that I feel like not only in this set of art, but also the previous art too, there's definitely, at this point, there has been a hard split between Luthen and the rebellion, because they talked about choosing sides. And I think at this point, it seemed like with just some of the content, they're talking, he might have been more extreme, kind of in the fact, Saw Gerrera was.
Right.
Paranoid.
Not to the point of Saw.
Not to the point,
but I mean, given enough time, maybe.
Especially being on Coruscant, still interacting.
Yep.
The paranoia was setting in, and you could see that, especially when he was talking to Lonnie. The paranoia was there. And I mean, I don't blame him. Things were escalating.
No, it's so stressful.
Things were escalating quickly.
Some of this is getting out of their control, and he is not used to that, and he doesn't like it. Things getting out of their control means people die.
And we had deaths within the first 5 minutes of the episode. Oh. I felt so bad for Lonnie.
So
I knew it was coming.
I just sobbed and cried. Most of this 3-episode package, I cried, ugly cried.
Really?
Snot, cad tissues, puffy red eyes, just laying on Eric. Eric probably had a giant wet spot for me just crying on him for 3 hours. Oh, but yeah, Lonnie.
I don't think there was gonna be any other way for him to get out of this situation. I think no matter what, it should have been Luthen or the Empire. I don't think he was coming out alive.
It definitely wasn't, but I'm glad, if he had to go, that it was Luthen, because Luthen gave him a quick, painless death. The Empire would have tortured the absolute shit out of him.
Get all the information that they could.
Yep.
I thought, nope.
Oh, didn't plug it into the wall. Whoops. I got halfway there. It wouldn't be an episode without my computer dying. It's like a good luck charm or something.
No. But the fact that he took initiative, Lonnie, we would not have Rogue One. We would not have the Death Star plans. The Rebellion would not have won that Battle of Yavin if it was not for Lonnie and using Deidre's code.
Oh my god, the guts that must have taken.
For 2 hours, Source going through all of her files to pull out the information about the Death Star. Nobody knew this was happening. Nobody.
He had her codes for, what did he say, like 2 years? It was Luthen was mad because he never told him. He was like, you would have made me use them. And like, now that I've used them, like, I can't go back.
But I was just like,
hell yeah, Lonnie. But I felt really bad for him.
I felt bad, but if the Rebellion would not be where they were at had it not been for Lonnie.
You know, we're gonna say this a lot. We're gonna say that a lot this episode because all of our key players in these episodes are key players in the Rebellion. They all did something so big, so huge that it like turned the tide or changed the formation of the Rebellion.
Oh, the light was in my eye.
There we go.
But yeah, so I felt really bad for him. But the fact that I love Deidre. Like, I love Deidre.
Yep.
She is like one of my favorite. It's not because I think the Empire is great. I just love her character, the complexity.
She's so good.
And just how she acted this villain, like, top tier in my opinion. Like, she perfection.
Like, that face that she has on all the time, that like
that scowling, like, or as Dina calls her, the
RBF.
The
Dina calls
RBF
her
girl.
the RBF.
The resting face girl.
But then if you see her in interviews, she's all smiles.
So
You're just like,
bubbly
wow.
And that's acting, and that's what they're
She's
supposed
so
to do.
good.
But
her character is fantastic.
The fact, but what was I getting to? So she had all these files that she wasn't even supposed to have because she is like me and goes down these rabbit holes trying to find things.
She's looking for access. And they're not telling her anything, and they even kicked her off the project at this point. So she's like, but they call her a scavenger. Yeah, like, you're a scavenger.
But she had to get the information she needed, and that's how she got to where she got in her job.
Yep.
Like,
and that's the environment that the Empire fosters. It like pretends that it doesn't want to, like punishes people for that, but this is what it fosters. This is what it wants its officers to be doing.
Yeah, and so she had all this information, and she, like, when Krennic was interrogating her about it, she's like, well, I had to do that. I needed information. Nobody was telling me what was going on in my sector. I had clearance for Gorman. I had this. And he's like, you're a scavenger.
I had to be a scavenger.
That
oh my god.
Scene between those
Are you
two?
the one where he was standing over her and is that what you're talking about? That shot blew my mind.
Were they in the interrogation room?
Where he like walks up behind her. She's sitting in front of him. He walks up behind her and you can only see like chin down. Yeah. He's so like menacing and imposing and like he's like transcended person at this point. It's like in her head she's seeing him as like this monster or something looming in the background, like this kind of nightmarish figure.
But he is
crumbling her world.
Because she knows what's going to happen because she's part of the ISB and she did this to Cyril.
Yep.
The same tactics. And she realizes she cannot buckle. She needs to stay strong. And I thought she was going to die. I'm glad she didn't.
I also thought she was going to die. But holy wow, seeing her land in the prison cell in the same Andor
Darkina 9, I thought it was sweet justice.
Yep.
I thought it was sweet justice.
So here for that, because like, yes, I love her character, and also she deserves every bit of what she's got coming. She is a monster.
Yep.
But holy wow, I love her character.
I was so glad she ended up there.
The roller coaster that her character went through, like I couldn't pin down what I thought was gonna happen. First, I thought she was gonna like come out victorious on all of this, and then I thought she was gonna die, and then she ended up in prison, and I was like, this is. But, like, I couldn't pinpoint any of this, and I loved it.
It was also, I really liked her character, especially this 3 episodes. We saw even more like range for her as well, because she's always been so like on the nose. This is how it is, and you could just see the fear in her.
Yeah.
Questioning, like, what am I doing? Like, what was this all for? Like,
was it worth it?
Was it worth it? Yeah, because she lost the one person she cared for.
Yep.
And now
and
she realized
she put him in this position. Like, it's because of her.
And then she realized people who she thought she trusted ended up backstabbing her and setting her up. They even at one point thought she was part of the rebellion because they used her codes to get everything.
Krennic was questioning her, about Lonnie having her codes. He was like,
"You make a damn
why would you do this?"
He's like, "You make a good rebel."
Uh-huh.
Like, no.
Oh, I love that though. You'd make a good rebel.
But it was.
But she. That's what we really see at the end of it. We saw her panic attack in the last drop.
Yep, and
we see it continuing because now it's like post Cyril's death.
And this is a year later. She's still like not over it.
She's like
still has
losing it.
All these emotions.
And her life is crumbling around her now. Like everything she's worked for, the thing that Cyril died for, or because of, is for nothing. You know, it's for nothing.
At least,
and she's realizing this. That's gotta suck.
At least she was the one that got to go to apprehend Luthen. To kind of, like, she got her access.
Yep, she did. But that was another thing that landed her in this hot water.
Because she went by herself.
Yep. She wasn't authorized. There was no permission. And that's not how the Empire works.
No, she went rogue on this one. And Luthen knew exactly. Well, obviously Luthen knew who she was.
Yeah.
As soon as she walked in there and she pulled out that star path, I was like, oh, it's a callback to the first 3 episodes.
Yep. Oh, and I knew too when she like. And she pulled up her blaster and she was like, "Stop or you'll be stunned." I was like, "He's already tried to unalive himself."
I was like as soon as he went to
something.
show her the dagger, I was like, "Okay, I know where this is going." Because nobody wants to be taken by the Empire, because especially on Luthen's level, because of all the information that they have, and they know about their torturing techniques, especially with Bix. Like
some of these things are very effective, and not. I mean, these are people. Everybody has a breaking point. And like the whole rebellion could be undone if they get into his head. So we knew that was gonna happen, but it was terrible.
But
I loved what he said to her. She was like, "Is everything in here? What is it? Is everything in here verified or real or something?" He was like, "Only 2 objects of questionable origin."
Yeah, that whole scene I thought was also played out really well. But then, he wasn't successful in his attempt.
Yep.
Which catapulted us into the second half of this episode.
Yep.
With
it just doesn't stop, man. When you say catapult, you mean catapult.
He is taken to the hospital. He is pretty much in a coma at this point. Machines are keeping him alive. It's past the point of just putting him into a box, I think, to heal him.
Yeah,
like, it's past that.
It's like this machine is like breathing for him, making his heart.
Yeah.
Well, that the one doctor was like, no, this room is keeping him alive.
Yeah. But luckily, Clea was not there when this all went down, and they must have had these contingency plans in place because she knew exactly what to do. Like she had the remotes to break into the hospital with scrubs and knew where all the security cameras. How did she know all this?
Right? Yeah. Unless it was just some very quick recon, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know, but she immediately took that stuff, left, and she had the whole Empire. Was it? They thought there was 3 people.
Yeah,
in there.
It's just her.
It was
when
her.
They realized
just her.
Was it? Which one of them was it? Here, It was like, it's just her. She's everywhere.
Which was pretty awesome.
Yep.
So Matt and I were talking about it. Matt was walking in and out of the room while this was going on. And I was just like, I love this medic costume. I'm like, so we have the prison run costume. How much do you want to bet we're going to have a medic walk costume?
Yep. Eric and I were talking about that too. We were both like, we should get that. It looks comfy.
I was like, it's going to be the next prison run.
Yep. 100%.
The medical breakout. Like,
we need, oh my God, shout out to the little old,
Granny?
Yes.
Even
who played the prop for Clea.
So she was called Granny with the subtitles. It says Granny Closet.
It makes me so happy. She's just like, eh.
Funny part, that whole scene was going, and Matt and Owen, I love them, but they kept walking in, and I paused it, and Owen's like, is that a granny? And then the thing's like, like staring at it. So here's the picture, and Owen's right next to it, and Matt's laughing. He's like, he's saying, to you. Side-eyeing you.
That whole scene, it was just like, it was so tense, and she stole a granny.
She's like,
here we go.
But she was so quick, though. She was so, like...
She's so smart. But, I mean, she and Lucid have been doing this for her entire life at this point.
Yeah, they've been training how to slip in and slip out being undetected. And we saw that from all the flashbacks that we got of the two of them together.
Yep.
And he taught her how to do that. Remember when we talked about when they're on, we think it's Naboo.
Yeah.
Because he's like, okay, it's going to go off. You want to pause, you want to look away, and then get up. And like, he's like, you want to react like everybody else. You got to make it look real. And that's what.
Because she was like wanting to look right away. And it's like, no, you're not watching for it. You want to react to it happening. Yeah. So it makes sense. These tiny things over her entire life, he's been training her. So by the time we got to this like huge, big, bad emergency, she knew what to do. Whether she already had the supplies on hand or she was just trained so well and she was so smart that she was able to formulate that.
Yeah, and she also knew because before all this went down, Luthen told her about Yerso, Kybers, Jeddah, like Death Star, Planet Killer, like told her all of these things that have been going on. She knew that if the Empire got him well enough to be questioned, they can't know that they know.
Yeah.
They don't know that we know that we know. Like, the messers become the messies.
Man, when I realized that was what she was going to have to do, like my heart broke.
I figured, I was like, there's no way she's going in there to take him. Like, I was like, she's going in there. She can't.
Like, the room is physically keeping him alive. He can't leave the room.
Size-wise, logistics.
And how's she going to get him out? She barely got in there. Like, she had to shoot people to get in. By the way, holy cow, Stormtrooper armor is worthless. I mean, everybody she shot just fell down. Armor did nothing.
But they also didn't have full armor on either.
But I mean, like headshot went right through his bucket.
But they weren't wearing buckets.
No, one guy she shot in the head. It got him right in the bucket. Went right through it. Bucket did nothing to stop it.
There was one.
She got another guy, and his chest plate went right through the chest plate. Chest plate did nothing to stop it. I mean, guys might have just been wearing scrubs. Like,
they're just there to look menacing and scare people.
She got like 3 or 4 people like on the way in, just pow, pow, pow. Yeah. She wasn't gonna be able to get him out.
No, there was no way.
And she had to do it. And this is the kindest thing she can do for him at this point. They're gonna put him through hell.
Yeah.
Like, my heart just broke.
That was the part that got me. I didn't realize how much I liked his character.
Yeah.
Until that scene. And then I was just like, man, he really has done a lot of stuff for the rebellion, and he has put a lot of people on the same path, and
he's sacrificed everything.
He did.
Remember the speech from last season?
1, yeah.
And he specifically said, I burned my life for a sunrise I know I will never see.
And this was...
And he burned his life. He never got to see it, but he pushed it in such a good direction that, like, his sacrifices were not for nothing. They were
No.
big sacrifices, and they meant a lot. I just hate that she had to be the one to walk in and do it. Like,
It gutted
and
me.
when she, like, leaned down, like, gave him a kiss on the forehead, I was just like, oh my god, I can't. I'm not gonna make it. Like, this hurts.
And then having to rush out while being known that you're being hunted down by the Empire, because they did clear the whole, like, she just remained stoic and did what she needed to do and stayed focused, and you gotta give mad props to a character like that.
Ugh,
I
man.
would have, I don't think I could have done it. I would like to think that I would have, but I know I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I just,
I-
no.
I have no idea how I would manage to get through something like that. Like, I would fall to pieces, I think. Like, just,
And
I'd be a wreck.
and then go back to the safe house to be by yourself, and
And just desperately hoping and just sending out these messages, hoping
that
somebody.
transmitter, somebody hears it. Like, you have no idea, and the fact that you're sitting on all this information,
And you have to tell somebody. And
you
you're by
can't-
yourself.
and you can't leave because they have this whole planet-wide alert.
Hmm.
No exiting.
Your face is everywhere. And they all think you're carrying the plague.
yeah.
So, like,
nobody's
everybody she runs into is going to be like, you're contagious as hell. Like,
And
somebody
so-
report her.
she can't leave. She's trying to get this transmission out. Like, there was a few, like, because they showed her in scenes in the next episodes where I was like, is she going to make it? Like, it was almost reminiscent of Bix being in that apartment and
Yeah.
the struggle, and
The
now,
spiral down.
yeah, and now there's nothing in this apartment. It's all barren,
it's
and
gutted.
it's been run down. Obviously, a lot has happened in this building in the last 5 years,
Yeah.
but, like,
But it's just, it's another thing that makes this, like, this feel so human, that makes the situation feel so, like, realistic, lifelike, like, very warlike, is, like, this would happen.
Yeah.
You know, Cinta would get killed by friendly fire. You know, Bix
Brazo.
would, Brasso would get killed, caught in the crossfire trying to help somebody else escape. Clea has gone from, like, the literal, like, center point, the axis of, I know
I know
Dudger
she
thinks it's
wasn't.
Luthen, but she is the axis. She is the center point of all of this, keeping everything spinning. To now, she's come down. She is still the center point of this, but she's the only one who knows it.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows it. She's stuck here. Like, I cannot imagine the stress. And, like,
You know she didn't sleep for a couple days afterwards because she kept sending that signal out every so often to, like, hear on repeat. Luckily, Will, he had his thing on.
oh my god.
What a-
Will.
What a random...
And he even said, like, oh yeah, keep it charged. Like, he never gave
Yeah.
up.
Even
hope.
Andor was like, what? You still have this? Like, because it sounded like they've had that since Ferrex. Because I think
Yeah.
Bix would use that too to transmit to Coruscant with Luthen to do the deals.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
Dang, so Wellman has had his since Ferrex. Or has been around since Ferrex,
Yeah.
and he, procured it, but he, like, keeps it maintained, keeps it charged, and listen, like,
that's
he's
probably
the
how he
only
gets all
one.
his jobs to go do things with Luthen.
That's probably true. I
because
didn't
we
consider
know
that.
he's still, especially with all the Gorman stuff, that he was still in contact and still working with Luthen. Where Andor casting, he was at that point already backed off, but
Yeah.
he went and helped. And
Yeah, when he thought Luthen was in trouble, he was like, I'm dropping everything, I'm going.
yeah,
Like, it's Luthen.
but the fact that he still had it and it was working, and I love that
Saved there's so much of this. It's just like, if that wasn't in the right place, if this person hadn't done exactly that
Yeah.
thing.
But I love the fact that it's this old technology that keeps them in contact, and it takes you all the way back to Nemec in season 1, where he talks about these old antique things. They don't check them. The Empire only uses new and shiny stuff. They don't care about the out of date things. So nobody checks for the out of date things. why would they? Like, they think that they're just this big, powerful empire, so people were able to go in and they were using their towers to communicate.
Oh my god!
To relay out this signal.
That scene where the one technician is like, she's like kind of excited. She's like, this is kind of, in her head, she's like, this tech's kind of cool. Oh wow, what they just gonna do? She smiles up at here, and he's like, just like, this could mean bad things for me. Don't be excited about the bad guy.
But you gotta give them props. They were innovative
for
on
months.
Literal years that they've been using the Coruscant.
That was another part of Luthen's speech. He said something about I am forced to use the tools of my enemy to hunt them.
Yep.
He was literally wired into their power to send messages. That is amazing.
Yeah. And so
oh, you know what else? I know I'm bouncing all over the place now, but I loved Partagas. You remember, like, his last scene when we see Partagas and he is listening to Nemec's speech?
Yeah, it even planted a seed in him.
Yep. And you could see, like, I was pretty sure I knew where that scene was going.
I knew where that scene was going, too.
But I like to think that maybe he was like, oh, are we the bad guys?
I think he would. I think that maybe not are we the bad guys, but maybe more, is everything we're doing for the right cause? Is it necessarily the right way to go about it?
Yeah.
I don't think...
Just any kind of...
Just maybe
question?
Gone about it a different way.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that. I did like that the other guy gave him the respect to just...
Yeah, he knew
too. He knew too.
The way he looked at him.
You don't want to be questioned by the ISB. And they both knew that. And I mean, it makes sense. I wouldn't want to be questioned either. I'd want to go out
I'd take myself out.
Terms. Yep. And because they don't question, they torture.
Yep.
And they drag it on. Like.
Yep. It doesn't matter if you actually know anything or not. Like, they like what they do.
But I love that they did bring back Nemec's speech. It was such a
me too.
Good speech.
That has been one of my favorite parts since last season. That Nemec has been one of my favorite characters, and his speech, his manifesto, has been one of my favorite things. Like, it's probably one of my favorite things. I have a list of random favorite things.
Yeah,
that's probably one of them.
That's one of them. I think it's just so relevant, and it's just so inspiring to remind you that, like, we the people are bigger than the things around us.
Right.
To put it nicely.
Yeah. And that was what Nemec was just trying to get everybody to understand. Like,
you have a voice.
Yeah, you don't have to give up hope and just lay down and take what the Empire is trying to. You have a voice. You are multitudes. There are many of you. Together, you all have a voice. You can stand up against the Empire and be like, hey, maybe don't murder us all. Just a thought.
You need us to do your things.
Right?
I don't know.
Maybe don't make our planet collapse in on itself. We like it here.
But,
sorry, this episode is so heavy.
But so Will, he got the transmission from Leia. I was really hoping that they would have figured it out, but I guess you have to be within such a range to get the full message. It's kind of like,
oh, okay,
to confirm, because he had to go. He flew back. Cassian flew to Coruscant,
right?
And he had to turn it on to see if it really was the real transmission. I think.
Oh, is that why the extra stop there in the middle?
I think so.
Because the pulse code that she was sending over was like, it was going straight to the receiver that Wilman had, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it had the full it just was like a
it was
call
just like,
signal.
Hey, I'm making noise, pay attention to me.
Yeah, I think it was just like a call signal and not like actual what was going on. And I think and I don't think that they could respond back so much. Did they? I can't remember what
I
it
don't
looked
think
like.
so. I know that they were doing something to let her know. Like, they were somehow responding to something to let her know, hey, we got your message, because she got excited when her transmitter started.
Maybe it was a range thing. Because she didn't notice
when you get close enough, it's like, hey, something is close.
So
because she didn't know it was them. When she opened up the door, she's like, of course it's you.
Yeah,
so she didn't know it was them.
But yeah, I think it was a range thing. Melshi and K2.
I was the best trio ever.
I was so glad that Melshi totally turned into like the ultimate ride or die friend.
I know, man.
And I am like, I loved it.
Yep. So excited to see him like come back and then have a big part. Like, and K2, I love getting K2's origin story.
Okay, so I
Makes
thought
me so happy.
I love how they were all playing. Were they playing Sabal?
Mm-hmm.
No. And they're all just hanging out, and K2 couldn't pick up on like the sarcasm. And he's like, that doesn't even make sense. The odds are against you, and you're like, oh, you don't understand human. And like,
and he's like, this is illogical. We've played 1,840,000, whatever games, and you have never bet on something this large before, whatever it was. And they're just like giggling, and it's like, you don't get it.
They're such bros, Melshi and Cassian.
So good. But I love how they just like accepted K2 in too. It's like, hey, we rescued you, or well, we blew you up. I kept you, we fixed you. Now you're our buddy, and you rescue us, which is pretty great.
It came in handy though. Like it came in way handy.
Pouting. The way he was pouting when they left him in the I don't like it here, and he just goes like.
Yeah.
The least gets to see
the sass. I loved it. But it was so great. Like that's one of the reasons why I love K2.
So good.
Matthew was such a K2.
Yes. No, you're so correct. Yep.
I don't like it here.
Sit in the corner and pout. Yeah. Man, for a droid, he's got all the expressions. I love the way he just.
But it's so great how they can have those expressions without having any expression. It's just literally like the two beady eyes.
But you somehow know exactly what they're doing.
Just
and
like
he's what is it? He's so funny because the comms go down and he goes, oh no.
Okay, so that was like a whole nother like.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we're gonna have to turn this into a 2-parter episode.
Yep. So, yeah, we've been talking here for 42 minutes.
Come back next week as we finish the rest of talking about Andor.
Yep.
So, we just talked about Luthen and Phaedra.
I didn't realize how much we were gonna go. I didn't realize how many feelings I had about this. I don't usually talk this much during the episodes.
So.
Okay, before we wrap this up, though, we do need to remind everybody we are going to be going to GalaxyCon.
GalaxyCon is actually going on right now for us.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this drops the weekend of GalaxyCon. So Friday, we are probably right now on our way to Oklahoma City. So if you're gonna be at Galaxy, we are going to be there covering the convention. You can find us around the Star Wars Club booths. We always are there. You can find us also just roaming around in the crowd. We're going to be having stickers and other little goodies to give away. We're going to be doing some trivia. We're going to be doing some interviews, some man on the street style questions. So make sure and find us there if you're going. And if you have a bantha, bring your bantha. We had a Patreon suggest. Thank you for the suggestion, Cheese. We had Cheese suggest we have a bantha meetup at GalaxyCon. So
yeah,
we'll have a bantha. We'll have a herd.
We can create an event on Facebook for it.
Yeah.
Bantha
so
meetup.
Be on the lookout for that. And stay tuned for more chances to win tickets to Mac Attack coming up June.
2 weekends, so June 8th or
8th.
7th.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Sisterhood of Travel and Bantha is about to be very busy and at lots of different places. So stay tuned for all of that stuff. And plug for all of you who are wondering what we've been talking about with the Patreons. We're doing our Patreon. Starts at $3. And it gets you goodies.
So, with that said, finding the fun from our galaxy to yours.
May the force be with you.
Always. Thank you for listening to Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha, written and produced by Denise McKay.
Edited and produced by Rexy Jupiter. Original logo design by Tyler Rigney.
Intro and outro music is provided by the Galactic Empire.
You can find us on all streaming platforms at Travel and Bantha.
And join our Discord for fun-filled galaxy chats.
You can also sign up for our Patreon starting at just $3. You get exclusive episodes, merch, behind the scenes, and more.
And a special thanks to all our Jedi Knight members and higher. We have Rooney, Michael Beavers, Mark Collier, and James Peake. From our galaxy to yours.
May the force be with you.
Always.